Okay, we're live.
Sweet. Hey, everybody. The first episode of the J&T podcast. Wow. Didn't think this would ever happen, I'm going to be honest. What about you, Jack? What's your thoughts on this?
I mean, like you said, I did not think we are ever going to get to the point where we're actually going to record a podcast. I mean, it's
You
just
know,
felt like a
it
dream.
yeah, it's funny. We were just talking like last night and we were like, "Wow, what if we just had a podcast?" It's so great. On this podcast, what you'll probably expect to see is nothing too political. We don't want to make anybody angry. That's not what we're about. I want to be chill and just talk about games or like past experiences that we've had, maybe sports or something, like we don't want to piss people off. That's just not what we're about.
Exactly. Just kind of
So,
keep it chill.
exactly. So, our first topic that Jack wonderfully brought up is battle royales. A quick rant, actually, probably a very long rant about battle royales. Jack?
Okay, so I have a lot to say about Battle Royales, and this may be the first controversial opinion on our channel. Battle Royales are the worst thing that's happened to gaming, in my opinion.
You
So,
know, that's kind of true. Like they just don't do too much. It's such a basic formula to follow, you know.
it's just. Okay, so quick history Battle Royales from my perspective is so right like no one had heard about PUBG until people started calling Fortnite a PUBG ripoff,
Yeah,
from my experience. And
exactly.
like I don't know, Fortnite just it's always put battle royales in a kind of bad light for me
Yeah,
because
seriously.
even though it was kind of a good game at first, they quickly just ruined it as more of a cash grab with microtransactions.
I completely agree. And that's microtransactions are some of the worst things for video games. Yeah, I get that game developers need money, but like go start a GoFundMe or something. I don't know. We don't need to spend like $100 on 1,000 V-bucks, like that's ridiculous. Who cares? Just let us earn it. And something that comes along with battle royales is battle passes that you see all the time. In every game now, from Call of Duty Modern Warfare, to Fortnite, obviously, they have a battle pass, which if it's done properly, it's fine. But when you start making it like pay to win, or like I really like COD's version of a battle pass, because if you do the whole battle pass, you get enough COD points to get the next battle pass for basically free,
So in other
you
words, you
know.
make a one-time purchase and then you can just keep purchasing because of the one-time purchase. I like
Exactly.
that.
It's rewarding. It's very rewarding and satisfying. Now, if you make it like you don't get enough V-bucks or the challenges are too hard, obviously you're doing something wrong and you're starting to force the player to buy the battle pass for like $10 over and over again, and
Just kind of
that's not
scummy.
really what you want. Exactly, exactly. I get that game developers need to make money, but there are honestly better ways to do it. We were talking about this yesterday, marketing, Um the marketing for Cyberpunk. We talked about this.
Way too overhyped, and
Exactly.
I feel like if they hadn't hyped it up as much as they did, people wouldn't have been as mad as they were when it turned out to be bad.
Yep. I agree. And that's the thing. It's the complete opposite to the game that I really hope is gonna be good. Halo Infinite. Now, I'm sure a lot of people have heard about this. Halo Infinite looks great. I've heard great things about it, and I like what they're doing with the marketing too. They're talking with their fan base. They're actually showing gameplay and they're letting people play the betas,
They're not
And
being
I
secretive about it.
exactly. Cyberpunk did something where they did not show any gameplay on old generation consoles, which they did, like, that's awful. That's disgusting.
Alright,
Like,
so piggybacking off the fact that Halo Infinite's showing a lot of gameplay, is that is one of the reasons Call of Duty is going to fail. This year they're releasing World War II Vanguard, which seems like it would be a good game, but they have released nothing about it, and it comes out in like 2 or 3 months. They've
Yeah.
shown us nothing, and
That
they're not listening to play, and they cannot listen to players' suggestions if they do not tell us anything about it.
that's a problem with like having to release a new COD game every year. The fan base has expectations that unfortunately are very impossible to meet unless you have one of the greatest work teams. And I don't know what the workforce is like for Sledgehammer and all the other companies that are behind COD. I don't know what it looks like. I don't know how people are treated, but all I know is that that's got to be stressful. Like, as soon as you make a game, as soon as you release a game, you have to start making a new one again. You have to already start on marketing and like what the game's going to be about, and then start production, which takes years. Like, look at how long it's been for COD Infinite to, or not COD Infinite, Halo Infinite, to come out.
Yeah, last Halo game was 2015, 6 years ago.
Yeah, they've been working on one. I want to say since 2017, maybe 2016.
I thought I was under the impression it was 2016.
Yeah, somewhere around there. Who knows? But like that takes a while. But I have to credit once again. I want to say it's 343 Studios behind Halo. I want to credit them again that they're just doing everything right. They're not rushing anything. They are being very calm and relaxed about it. And that is what, personally, that's what I like to see in video games, you know. Um, want it to be quality. I don't want it to be some garbage that you have to pull out every single year.
Which is the reason indie games are the basically the only games I play anymore.
Yeah,
They have passionate creators that have spent countless hours working on their game to make it exactly how they want it to, instead of trying to pump out a game yearly by a AAA game development studio that just wants money.
yeah. Now, I'm not as big on games as Jack here is. I uh the only games that I've really played is like first person shooter games. That's kind of where I've been. Or Minecraft. I think everybody loves Minecraft. I'm so glad it came back. For from like through the year of 2016, I remember I couldn't tell anybody about or I couldn't tell anybody that I played Minecraft because
It's like, oh man,
at
that's
that time,
dead.
yeah, exactly. So stupid, but no, it's not. It's such a great game. It's I love open worlds like that too. Giving the player the power is extremely smart, and
And
it's how you do a good game as well.
And a sad part about that is it's still kind of hard to talk about how much you like Minecraft, and this goes the same for Fortnite. Is somehow at some point they were like associated with young annoying kids, and it doesn't help that with players like us because we love to play Minecraft, but it's hard to talk about it without someone being like, "Oh yeah, isn't that the game with all those screaming kids play?"
Yeah, that's how Fortnite was too, like Jack said. I remember when I played Fortnite. I don't anymore. I unfortunately I do think that game is a little bit dead, which sucks because that's how I formed a lot of my friendships throughout the year. But you know, I guess how the cookie crumbles, I guess. But you know, it does suck that that's how some games are perceived. Because I'm maybe Fortnite is still fun, and like I do have some of that. Oh, the annoying kids play it, but at the same time, like it's about how what the quality of the game is, not really the fan base. You know, of course, the fan base is always going to be annoying, but I mean, you can't really help that. There's not really a way to stop that.
And then this is a segue back to Call of Duty, but obviously the gameplay it's been going downhill for the past like 5 or so years. More so in these last 2 years with 2019 and 2020 Cold War and Modern Warfare didn't really live up to people's expectations of a COD game. And on top of that, after Warzone came out, which is a battle royale, there's been a lot more younger kids starting to be associated with it. So it's kind of going into the realm of Fortnite.
Yeah, exactly. I played Call of Duty, Modern Warfare. That was actually my first Call of Duty game ever. Yeah, I know, 26 or 2019. But when I was younger, I had a 360 and I wasn't really allowed to play. My parents monitored like all the games, so I had to play like Xbox Connect and they I had to play like Xbox Sports or whatever it was called,
Yeah.
which was fun. Those are some of my earliest childhood memories of playing. Then I got my Xbox One, and man, what did happen? I didn't play my Xbox for like 3 years. My Xbox One. Then oof, what was my first game? I want to say my first game was. It might have been Minecraft. I don't know. I was around 9 when I really started to get into games.
And
Um,
my parents did the same thing. They were very protective about like online back when I was younger. And looking back on it, back then I was like unhappy about it because I wanted to get on and play online. But where I am now, I am very grateful that I wasn't exposed to that kind of stuff at that age.
yeah, I agree. It does suck that I can't really relate to everybody when it comes to, oh, do you guys remember the 360 chat for COD? Which would have been funny. That could have been funny memories I could share, but I mean, I think I got better memories out of how I got eased into getting to be able to play video games, you know. I think that's what was important.
Yeah, there's a certain level of maturity that, I mean, based on how many kids are online now in games, apparently you don't need it. But in my opinion, there you do have to be a certain age before you really should be playing online games. Where
Yeah.
because obviously, if you've ever played Call of Duty, you know what some people say on there. If you're
Yeah,
just a little
exactly.
kid, you'll hear that and you have no idea what it means, so you think it's fine. Like, and it's not
Getting
fine.
getting exposed to certain things too early is it is very dangerous. Like, I know you hear it all over the news like, "Oh, first person shooters are bad." I don't believe that. I don't think that they are bad. It's more of the community that is bad. The community is toxic, not the actual game itself,
Yeah,
you know.
exactly. That's why.
And
Yeah.
yeah. it's it's interesting how great games like COD, you know, they have some pretty good games. And I I don't know, Cold War was all right, I guess. I stopped playing it. I haven't played a console game in basically almost a year now. I stopped playing for a while. I've been basically just playing Minecraft and all that. But it's interesting how toxic the communities can actually be, which really sucks because COD is a good franchise, honestly. I think they're pretty smart with how they market that stuff,
it's
you know.
it's just the players that happen to play it. Just a majority of them just happen to be just not very nice people when it comes to being online.
Yeah. Um, let's see what else. We got just quality games, right? Jack, what is one just very well-made game that you've played? It can be an indie game, it can be a franchise game. What have you played?
Well, this isn't currently a very good game because the developers have gotten very lazy on it. Back like a year or two ago, like the game I would get on every day was Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Siege.
Yeah.
Like
Sam,
very well, like 2 years ago, like I would say the perfect game. I love that so much.
I agree. Oh man, Rainbow Six. Oh, where do we start? That poor game. Man, it was so much fun. I was never an OG. I'm not an OG in anything. I
Same
started
actually.
in the middle or the end. But I started Operation Grimsky when Maverick and Clash came out. And that was I remember I'd get on with a bunch of my friends all the time, and We'd have so much fun. I sucked at the game. I was terrible at the game. I wasn't used to the no respawn mechanic because I played a bunch of other like respawn games like Battlefield and all that. Battlefield 1. But it it sucks what they're doing to that poor game. It is such a good game. It it's one of those games that I would play for hours and hours. Personally, it was my favorite game for the longest time. It's not my favorite game of all time, but we'll get back to that later.
Yeah, but they've basically just. It's very clear they've run out of ideas. Like, the latest operator in the game right now is literally just a little turret that sits on the ground and basically just shoots Doc's stim shots at you after it reloads. It's basically just an automatic Doc. And it's
See,
just so lazy.
when you start recycling ideas like that, because Doc, he was helpful, but you had to play him strategically because he only had 3 stem shots. Now, I haven't played this operation. Jack, how many stem shots does the little turret thing have?
I haven't played very much this season, but from my understanding, it has an infinite number, but it does take quite a while to reload after shooting.
See, it to me, I know I have some like a little bit of bias because I haven't played, but to me that's just mindless, you know. With Doc, you had to be very strategic. You had to like health and your stem shots, heal yourself and all that, you know. And he was a three armor and 1 speed, you know. It was that's you had to be very strategic with him, and he was good. Like very good players played him. Now it just sounds like nobody's gonna play Doc anymore because they have an automatic turret that just keeps going. Like that's mindless, you know. Where's the strategy? Because it's literally FBI and all that, like big agents or military people that are, you know, in the military or FBI to be strategic. Where's the fun in just a, a turret that shoots,
Yeah,
you
just
know?
realistic. The game started out very realistic,
Yes.
and now it's
As
turning.
realistic as it could get, you know?
Then there's, I think it was two, like a Rooney or whatever her name was. She had a freaking
Side.
laser shield that
Yeah,
went over
and a
doors.
robotic arm.
Yeah, like this is no longer a realistic shooter. Like this is just absurd.
Yeah.
Like, and I don't know if
The
you've played the test server or seen any of the footage of it, but I
mm-mm.
was playing it just recently. The new operator, basically, it's a clear shield that the operator holds in front of them, and then they can place it down like a deployable cover. It honestly just seems like just another shield up, another blitz, another Montagne.
Is it attack or defense?
It's an attacker.
Hmm. Like Blitz and Montagne had very, you know, unique stuff to them. And obviously this shield operator does. Blitz, I I don't know. Shield operators are one thing. I never was really interested. It sucks that it was first marketed as like a group of people, you know, fighting the white mask or whatever it was called. But they had like realistic things, you know, as realistic as it could get. Not like sci-fi stuff, but like something you'd come up with or somebody that like an engineer would come up with in his garage or something. Like Doc's stem pistol, that's
Exactly.
pretty realistic.
Or like
It's a gun that shoots little stems.
Sledge's sledgehammer. It's literally an
That's literally just a sledgehammer.
yeah, it's just an easy way to break through reinforcements, barricades, walls, all that stuff. It's just an easy way to do that. It's more efficient.
Yes.
It's not like a freaking laser cutter that just can precision open anything. That
Yeah.
like that's
Ash's
what they're gonna do.
Ash's breach charge was creative but also somewhat realistic. They have like actual matte breach charges that you place on walls that you actually do see in Rainbow Six. But they took that and they were like, how about we give it to our operator Ash, but she actually shoots it. That's cool and creative. But when you start and it's somewhat realistic, you know? It's like just a grenade launcher basically. Like that's smart. I like that's really smart. But then when you start adding laser shields and explosive drones, which I guess is realistic, but when you, I don't know.
When it comes down to it, it's just a little far. It's further than what Rainbow Six Siege started as. Like it's just going a little too far.
It really is. It I was just about to say something. Oh gosh.
And you know,
It
oh yeah, you go.
it sucks that the game feels hollow.
It
I never
does.
thought I'd ever say it, but like it used to be so full of life. I used to have so much fun. I remember when I started getting good at the game. I played on Xbox, so it was a bit more difficult, you know. I had a little controller thing. But I started to get good and I felt it was rewarding. And now I feel like I'm just taking the best operator and just shooting, not actually taking my time, rushing out and doing whatever,
Yeah,
which
it's
sucks.
no longer about the strategy. When you're playing now, it's whoever can aim better. And
Yep.
that's not what the game is supposed to be. It's supposed to be you have to strategically enter the building in a way where you can push the defenders properly.
And maybe you were the sacrifice sometimes, to give away, people's locations. Now, if you have the best operator, screw your whole team, just rush in and kill everybody.
Exactly.
Like, where's the fun, you know?
I mean, I
Ugh.
think the most fun was like I never played back when it was only the base operators, but I wish I had played when the most unrealistic operator was Thermite.
Yep.
Like, and even that is it has some level of reality to it.
At my time when I joined in Operation Grim Sky, the most unrealistic might have been Clash, I want to say, or Amaru. Is that her name? The girl with the
Amaru was after Grimsky because
yeah.
I joined after you like a season or two later with Ember Rise, which was
Yeah, so
Amaru
you
and
joined
Goyo.
you yeah, yeah, yeah. See, those were unrealistic but fun. Now it feels like it's sci-fi technology, which sucks. And they're starting to make it hollow.
They're going
I
down the
say,
same road as Call of Duty. They
yep,
had like Black Ops 1, Modern Warfare 2, regular just modern games. Then they started to get up to Black Ops 2, Black Ops 3, Infinite Warfare, Advanced Warfare, just going down the same road. I don't like it.
it sucks. It does suck. But speaking of which, about advanced stuff. Battlefield 2042, is that what it's called?
Yeah, that's the new one coming out.
What are our takes on that, Jack? What's your take on it?
I hope it's good because I need a new multiplayer game to play. Because I'm honestly, I'm just stuck. There's nothing to play.
Yeah. Same. I really hope they don't do what CD Projekt Red does and overhype it. Gosh, I really hope they don't do that because I love the Battlefield franchises. I can't say that because I've only played one, well, two, and that's Battlefield 1, which I said this earlier that we get back to our favorite games. My favorite game of all time is Battlefield 1. It is a great game. It is so, for its time, it is so beautiful. The gameplay is so rewarding. I love how they took their time to research every gun, even guns that didn't come out. I think it was called the Hell Regal.
Yeah.
It never actually existed. It was a prototype, but they decided to add it into the game and what it would actually be like. And is such a great game. I love the fact that it's so open. Sure, you die a lot, but it's not like a die. It's not when you die and it's like, no, that was the game's fault, not my fault. That was the game's fault. No, you actually feel like it's your fault. That if a game can make you think like that, the game is doing something right. Now, Battlefield 5, on the other hand, oh boy, it would have been good, but I have two things. It's the most common. I hate the revive mechanic. To me, it just makes medics useless. Because in the first Battlefield, if you died, you could call out for a medic and they could revive you, or you could just give up. But in this game, anybody can revive you. Or in Battlefield 5, anybody can revive you, which is stupid, you know. And my other thing is, I feel like they kind of rushed it a bit. The gameplay doesn't feel as rewarding.
Which is
Like,
the main reason they gotta do well on 2042 because they're just gonna flop like COD is.
yeah, seriously. Advanced movement, I remember when that was the thing. It was around, I want to say Advanced Warfare was the time Battlefield 1 came out. I don't quite know if that's right, but it sounds right. And advanced movement was kind of the the movement, the movement, if you will. It it's kind of what every game was doing. But Battlefield 1 went back to not or not World War II, but World War 1. You don't I can't think of any single game that has ever done that. And they did it perfectly. Sure, to somebody it might have looked overhyped, but you know what? It was well deserved because the game is well deserving, you know.
Yeah.
For Battlefield 2042, I don't know. It sounds like they're kind of going back to advanced movement, which
It sounds like it's gonna be more of a Black Ops 2 era
that's what
game.
it sounds like. Yeah.
Which, I mean, Black Ops 2, the campaign was fun. I mean, I never played the multiplayer back when that was the thing, but I've played it recently, and obviously it's very much different now, but personally, I wasn't a big fan. Probably very
Um,
unpopular, but
like I said, my first ever COD game was Modern Warfare, which was it was if y'all have ever seen the Act Man, he kind of it's good and bad.
he does a great job at good. I mean, we're not sponsored or anything. We're not partnering, but go check him out. He deserves a lot more subscribers.
Honestly, he's great. I that's where I get most of my stuff that I'm talking about here
Yeah,
that I didn't notice. Um, but it's like it was pretty good. The campaign was I don't know, it existed. That's all it was there to do. The gameplay was fun though, but where it started to really go downhill was I want to say like what season of Warzone are we on, Jack? Do you know?
we're on season 5 of Cold War, which,
Ah,
like, if you're count, it's been a little over a year since Warzone came out, so
so
yeah,
I remember when Warzone first came out. That was technically my first COD game because I was like, "Yo, I get to play COD." And I remember we would always go to what is the city called?
Verdansk or whatever.
Yes. Yeah. We would always go to the middle city, whatever that drop area was called.
I think it was
And we
downtown or something.
yeah, yeah. I would always camp cuz I hate actually battle royale game modes. We would play Blood Money where you get to
Yeah,
respawn.
Plunder.
Yep.
That game mode was the best way to play
I
Warzone.
I love it because it felt like a huge arena or not arena, like just a big regular COD multiplayer game, like a big team deathmatch.
Yeah, it
That's
was
what it
just
felt like to me.
giant scale team deathmatch. Cause we didn't.
Yes, and it was so fun.
Yeah, cause
The
we wouldn't
camping
go for
wasn't
money.
bad either.
Yeah, you.
Yeah, no, I just wanted to kill people, and that was the best part about it.
Yeah, you could. It didn't matter if you didn't want to actually do the objective. You could just run around and kill people, and if you die, no big deal.
It
You
was
just
kind of
respawn.
fun. It was fun. And I still think it is. I don't know if it's still around. I haven't played in a while. I think it was always fun. Um, Plunder was. Now, the actual battle royale itself, I don't like battle royales. They annoy me. I remember when I would play, I suck at Fortnite and all that. I was so bad at it, and I probably still am. I couldn't build for crap, but you know, oh, it was so rough. and I can't stand battle royales. Oof, they just are. Hey, it's full circle. We
Yeah, I was
started
about
with.
to say. Well, just since we've already come full circle, just to end it off, I might as well just say my favorite game. If you were to
Yeah,
ask me 1, 2, 3, 4 years ago, it would have been Modern Warfare or Rainbow Six Siege. Right now, if I sit down and I want it, and I'm saying I want to go play a video game, I'm launching Minecraft. Like
same.
that's the only
It's
good
just
game
a
right now.
good game. Honestly,
And you
it's what you have fun with.
and you know it's bad. You know a lot of other multiplayers are bad. If when I want to go on a multiplayer game, I want to go on high pixel bed wars. Like that's what I want to play if I
Yes,
want to play
with
some
with
competitive.
my cousin and you and me. Oh, we destroyed. We had such a good game yesterday. I can kind of piece together what happened. Um,
That's the only fun way to play multiplayer right now, in my opinion.
yeah,
Is you have to get on a
it
high
is.
pixel, a
Yeah,
Minecraft server.
yeah, like that 2016, people would be like, "That's kind of cringe. You're playing Minecraft. You're playing Hunger Games, bro." Um, yeah, I was. And you know what? I was having fun. You can go have fun with whatever COD is doing. I'm playing Minecraft, bro.
Yeah.
Ugh,
Well,
it's
I think
so
that's a good
good.
way to end.
Honestly, yeah. Everybody, thank
So,
you
if you
for
stopped by, if
listening.
you got to the end of the video, thank you so
Yes.
much for listening to us rant for this long.
Yes, honestly. And go play Minecraft.
Go play Minecraft. High Pixel Bed
Go.
Wars. Do it now.
Yes. Go have some fun. Go have some fun.